All right. Well, welcome to Soul Tales episode 7 community. And you saw the 21 images of the lives senselessly taken on, I believe that was Monday. No, Tuesday. Tuesday. Doesn't matter. 21 lives lost that probably could have been avoided. Senseless violence again attacks an elementary school this time in Texas. We're talking about kids here, fourth graders, 21 dead, including 2 teachers. Bring the guys in. Fellas, Soul Tales episode 7. Start off a little different than we typically do because I think yet again what seems like there's a new norm in America has struck again. And sneakers will be fun to talk about. We'll get there. But I think, the pulse of where America is right now, or maybe not even all of America, because there's still some people who think that, oh, this is mental illness. Gun laws have nothing to do with this. The fact that an 18-year-old can't legally drink, but can buy an AR-15, 2 of them, and drive to an elementary school, to a place where he doesn't have any connection to anyone, from what we know at this point, and just go into start at the beginning of school and go into a classroom and murder 21 people. So I think this one, I mean, they all hit pretty hard, hit a little different. I mean, we're coming off back to backs because elderly people were killed at a grocery store about a week and a half ago in Brooklyn, well, Buffalo. So just want to get you guys get some feelers. I think we all feel the same. We've been on the same group chat for the past couple of days. Thoughts, um, comments.
It's just sad, bro. Especially having kids of my own. I just can't imagine getting a phone call. Like I'll probably be up there in my car with a pistol, waiting to see what's going on, trying to get my son out. So I
Absolutely,
can imagine that.
absolutely. I mean, as a dad, for sure, it definitely hits a little close to home, even though it's so far away. But you can't help but to see when you see those images of those children who you
Babies.
know passed away, yeah, who didn't even have a chance to live a real life. You see your kids within them, or you see your friends' kids within them, or hell, sometimes you even see yourself. I remember I was in fourth grade. The
Mhm.
last thing I was thinking about was having to do a mass shoot, a shooting drill.
Which is crazy. My oldest son has I think tomorrow having a re-evacuation, meaning they come from outside in and learn how to hide and barricade themselves. That's how my generation didn't have to do. We were happy for somebody to pull the fire alarm so we can get up out of
Exactly.
school and maybe leave, but they have to practice on when somebody was coming in. That's scary to me. That's very scary.
Like, what the fuck times are we living in right now?
It's frustrating, man. Um, just because they're babies, like they still have so much life to live, and
Innocence.
you know, the fact that at least at this point we don't think that there's really any connection that he had to the school just makes it seem even more senseless. So the fact that kids are involved, it makes you think back to what was it, Sandy Hook about 12 years ago. or something like that, 10 years ago
Yeah.
now.
We thought we'd never be there again.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember what happened. Like, was it 99?
Which one?
Like the first school shooting that we
Was that Columbine?
Columbine.
That right there, we were actually students then, and that kind of blew my mind. So now that we're parents and it's still happening, that's
It's
crazy.
a whole different element, man.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to blame everybody, everything but the right thing.
Yeah, everything will be mental health from now on. That's you can't touch mental health. It's just a word we're going to use for everything that happens. Yeah.
It used to be ADHD. It used to be, that used to be the, that. Now it's the mental health.
Yeah. It's like war on terror, terrorism.
Yeah.
Mental health. Yeah.
Nah, but thinking about what B said, like out here, the only drills that we was doing as kids in school was
Sean Xavier,
which was getting under the table, for
right,
an earthquake drill. You know what I'm saying? Which I also displayed poor execution skills while we were actually on the podcast. And I moved really slow. But anyway, no, yeah, I mean. The funny thing about it is, and I say funny because anytime you say the funny thing about it is, it's masking the initial hurt and the pain, right? When you say that, because they try to kind of give you that formula of you almost have to laugh to keep yourself from crying or being sad about a whole lot of stuff. And when you think about it, is how do you go from knowing that walking around in the skin that we have on us, CB's included, because I mean, let's be honest, he got to get out the car. If they tell him to if we all got to get out the car, CB got to go with us. But think about this though, right? They talk about mental health. Think about being, I guess if you will, I'm just going to label it, being black in this country, being an open target just because of our skin color, and then having to deal with the notion of, the day-to-day stuff. But to live through that on a day-to-day and then come around here, it just kind of goes to show, like, the value of life is nowhere near what it used to be, right? And how the taken for granted is almost better, is better talked about amongst a group of people that actually want the same, right? They always talk about you can't really deal with a hateful mind. But if you continue to we boost each other up. We talk about us being on a thread. Like, think about this. Last year, this time, all 5 of us, when E gets on here, we weren't even on the thread together. We built this bond. And now you kind of create this culture of love and community, which is the name of this, the pod, the Soul Tales. We've garnished new friends. These are the things that I would have never met B if it wasn't for this, and understanding the dynamic of, reaching out to somebody, or just my story could affect him, or it could be something that helps him out. And it's just like you realize that the word community is thrown around less now than it was before. And hence here we are. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, we definitely can spend more time. We are something else show about that. About this whole thing, but the story, or what's being put out there, is 18-year-old bullied because he was poor, couldn't dress a certain way. This is what I'm reading, and this is what triggered. First he killed his grandmother first, then went to the school, and then there's these weird text messages of the signs along the way. Most of the time are there because people tried to tell you what's going on with them. It's up to you if you're reading the signs right, because he posted these weapons, tagged a random girl he really didn't know, and they had conversations back and forth. She was kind of blowing them off. It is no fault of her own. She didn't know what he was planning. But in the text messages, he's trying to tell her that he has a secret. He has something that he's getting ready to do. Right? he's trying to tell someone. But then they interview like his classmates. Yeah, I had to stop being his friend because he was acting weird. Like, but nobody wants. I mean, we always say check in on your strong friends or check in on people you know that are doing well. But like, I mean, come on now. Like, some signs are always there. No, and then I don't think anyone is ever shocked when a person does whatever they do, right? So it's just crazy, I feel like a lot of people have spoken this week, and they say, you know what, I'm tired of the thoughts and prayers. Let's sign some papers. Let's put some ink to paper, and let's put. I mean, I'm not a politician. I don't know what there is to put in place, but I'm sure there is something, because this is the only country where mass shootings happen all the time. Something happened in other countries once, they put something in place, and they don't have anymore, or the numbers aren't as frequent as they are here. But we know here in the country that we live in, NRA, they sponsor campaigns. Hell, they run campaigns. I mean, they buy their politicians, and how dare politicians speak out against them? So, but look, again, kids, they hit close to home. My emotions have been up and down all over. Let's get into how everybody's week is going. And this is how we transition. My emotions have been up and down all week about this, just because, again, it hits a little closer to home when you start dealing with kids, and you just feel that. I think the innocence of a child, like, they didn't ask for this. They're supposed to be, outside, falling down or whatever, just playing video games, whatever. But didn't work. Work was work. I mean, that, it is what it is. It's actually a pretty decent week. No one began to go into a longer week. I think a lot of people are in checkout mode and or vacation, so it was kind of empty around the office. So, be easy. How was your week?
Oh man, I wanted a pair of Crocs, but
damn, you going right in with that?
Hey, let's get the bad stuff out first. So I want a pair of Crocs. I probably put in about 7 raffles. So the first raffle I put in was actually through Croc. And when I went to do autofill, it connected to my Cash App account, which I usually have money in there, but it's not a real account. It's just I've been a haircut, I pay for it, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So the other 6, I connected to my regular bank account, not thinking anything of it. Like, I actually did it on accident at first. And I'm like, I don't know this account. Why is it autofilling with my phone? Because, as a sneakerhead, you autofill to get stuff quick.
Yep.
That's what you do. But you still have to put the 3-digit number in there. So actually the first one I did, I put the wrong 3-digit number in one. And so that's one thing. I'm trying to figure out, maybe that could have happened too. So yeah, it's funny, but it's not. So the first one I did, I put the wrong 3-digit number. I put my regular bank account 3-digit number in there with that one. So the second one I did, I said, all right, I'm gonna just do Cash App. Let me put the real number in there. And then the other 5, I put my regular bank account in. You just sitting back, taking all the L's like you usually do in the morning. And then I get a Bing Crocs, insufficient funds denied on my Cash App account. So the whole day was blown. I had an attitude. My wife can tell I had an attitude. You didn't have to be by me. You can feel my energy. Like,
I felt that shit through a text message.
Yeah, I lost a lot of shoes. I take L's every day. I took like 2 today. That doesn't bother me. It's when you take a W and it gets snatched from you, like what it could have been. Like, I'd rather not even seen that, and they just like, burp, you didn't win. But to see Crocs, insufficient funds, Cash App, why did I do Cash App? So,
and let's be honest. I mean, let's just let people know these weren't the regular Crocs.
No.
But people think about, what is he? Oh, a pair of Crocs. No, these are The new
$300 resale.
What's
Even
her
though I
name?
wasn't going to
Celie
sell them.
Brambury.
Salehi Bembry.
Salehi Brambury.
Delaney
Yeah.
Bembry. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
my wife was trying to make me feel better, which was worse. Oh, maybe they go on sale. They're not even going to come back on sale. I mean, I think I had a better chance of winning like $50 in a lottery
So
than wearing in that shoe.
I wanted the Volt colors, the joints Miguel was wearing in the ad. Those I like the Volt. He knows why Volt is just our thing. Those are actually reselling cheaper than all the other pairs. And when I say cheaper, I mean these shits are still $300. But when you see a $600 price gouge,
Crazy.
But first of all, Crocs. These are Crocs, and this is all kind of ties into one of the topics I'm going to bring up earlier. So just bring up later. So just remind me to double back when we come to the Crocs.
Okay.
E, what's good with you, bro?
Like you said, I'm with you. Up and down week. Caught it in waves, if you will. I think we had the excitement knowing, like I had put in the text thread, that this is probably one of the craziest weeks of drops of shoes.
Heat week. This is heat week.
Like that we've seen in some months, right? Especially probably first of the year, to be honest with you, the first real heat week that we've had. And then from there, I think I randomly, like I said, I sent you a text checking on you. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the situation. And like I said, my niece and nephew, you know what I mean? I couldn't help but to think about them. And just knowing, how everything is just like playing out. Work was kind of, work was a wave. Like you said, there's some people that still, took their PTO, which is good, but it's the ones that don't take PTO around the time where it's a damn holiday, and they be asking all the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to get you to run certain things that reports you never ran before, questions you won't normally ask if it was a regular week. You know what I mean? So yeah, but took the L on the unions today. Took 3 strong L's today with those. Man. I mean, I had to call in, the designated hitters for those, and still took L's. So tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Five pair tomorrow.
Yeah,
5 drops tomorrow. The 4 Travises and the green beans are tomorrow.
Nah. The royal ones come out. The green beans come out the next day.
The other ones, the Regal Pink, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
That's the 5.
Yeah.
Wow. CB.
As you know, this week at work was, like you were saying, kind of up and down. On Monday, the internet went out in the building, and Kalea was enjoying himself, so he wasn't really getting hit with this on the chin. But that forced everyone to have to go and work from home. And that was, it's just a switch up when this happens in the very middle of the day. You don't know what the rest of the day is going to end up looking like after that. So,
we have a disaster recovery plan. It's just so funny how things don't, like, those things don't even matter anymore because you can work from home now. Yeah. Like, you can take your computer and go. All that doesn't matter. All that's out the window.
Right. But, I'm happy we got this 3-day weekend coming up. It's going to be pools opening back up. It's good times.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's get into Soul Tales episode 7, community. All right. Damn, there we go. Okay. First story I want to talk about. Let's bring this up right here. I think there's always a Jordan story in the sneaker community, go figure. But if you don't know the campus behind the Jumpman logo, that is Howard University. And why are we talking about Howard and Jumpman? Because Jordan now, or Howard now, is under brand Jordan, which I think, I don't know who they were under prior to. It may have been Nike, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter now because they're in the Jumpman, and you're starting to see this a lot. Jumpman has taken over a lot of universities. I believe it started with the Tar Heels, obviously for some, for obvious reasons. But this brand, the Jumpman brand is, I mean, it's already huge, but now when you started getting into colleges where, money is starting to be out on the table now, where everybody can see some of these transactions, and he probably can go sign a college student to his Jumpman brand. But I guess signing the school is somewhat to the same thing. All of them under that umbrella. But I think this is dope. I mean, for us in the DMV area, or formerly of the DMV area, everybody knows Howard University, the battle between the HUs, Hampton and Howard. And Howard's, they used to have one of the biggest homecomings there was. I mean, people cared about the concerts really more than the game. But I think this is good for their brand, gives them a little bit more spotlight. Still haven't seen any Howard basketball games on TV or football, but they're on the brand, they're on the Jumpman now. So how do you guys feel about this?
I'll go first since I'm the one that kind of sent in the initial pick for this. So a couple of things, if you kind of like to dive deeper into this, but to kind of come full circle is one of the issues that most HBCUs have is that because the athletic program is weak, it's hard to get funding outside of the academic side, right? Like Howard's known for like law, you know what I mean, and business or entertainment. You don't have anything on the sports side of the house, right? Athletic wise, and for that, hopefully this is a draw, right? Because we're starting to see the turn of certain recruits go to HBCUs, right? Clearly with Dion at Jackson State now, again, he's got Under Armour, so that's where that's going to stay. But if you realize you get a coach, that's got a name behind it, then you start recruiting the players. Mm-hmm. Now you start to bring that in. The reason why this kind of ties in even deeper, I don't know if you guys were aware, beginning of the school year, Howard was actually having issues with the living, with the dormitories. Very poor conditions.
Big time story. Yep.
And one of the things that, like I said, I went to Morgan State. You know what I mean? Housing for the most part was definitely decent. That's because money was thrown into the academic side because we already had a strong engineering. We had a major Earl Gray's business school of business. I mean, that's money in itself. So the school thrived off of it's always thriving off of the money that's into it, right? To kind of go on that side. This is going to help that situation. That's more money that's going to be brought to the attention to the sports, which is then better housing just in general, which then, people have a better outlook on this. So I think this is a trickle down effect that Jordan's getting in front of. Whether he goes to other, HBCUs remains to be seen. But also we got, just to kind of bring this up, remember Steph Curry did the golf thing at one of the HBCUs, sponsoring one of the golf programs. So I think that's where we're going to see the big time they have to get involved in HBCU sports, athletics, in order for the tilt to start happening.
And you kind of alluded to something too. Chris Paul has been huge about backing HBCUs. Although he didn't go to one himself, he's always been in support of. And I think he and Steph at the All-Star game had was Morgan one of the school. It was two HBCUs at the All-Star game that they kind of sponsored. The East had a team, and LeBron had a team, and Giannis had a school. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Paul wasn't probably one of the driving forces behind Jordan, doing this. CB?
Yeah. I think this is dope. Like you said, being in the DMV and this close to DC, having this type of a sponsorship can change, like you was alluding to, trickle down effect. It can change the outlook of the school, because now kids might actually be making a decision based off of who their apparel sponsor and all that stuff is, you know?
That matters. That matters. For
So,
sure.
you know, if you're choosing between Howard and either a regular Nike school or a Adidas school or an Under Armour school, if you've been rocking with Jumpman like that, you know, all things being considered equal, would that not be a deciding factor? You know, so we have to imagine that in terms of like outside of revenue, that apparel and all that kind of stuff can get. We see PSG with the co-branding, obviously, with the Jordan sponsorship. All that stuff sells like hotcakes. You know what I mean? You have to imagine Howard already has a almost like mythic quality to it when you think about it from the lens of how many like celebrities and people of stature, the interest that they have in the university, even if they never went there or have any real connection. You talk about how legendary some of the homecomings have been. And now there's a chance that Howard could be known for more than just that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Literally because off of a deal like this. Like I think this is pretty major. I think it's awesome.
Before you go, B, and I want to incorporate this since this is sneakers. Anthony Anderson recently graduated from Howard, and he had a pair of custom 4s, and you can see the HU on the tongue. I believe that's just a white and blue and kind of a gray pair, but these are dope. So if this is just a sample of some of the things that we're going to get, you know, I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, those are dope. But go ahead, B.
Yeah, I was actually about to bring that up about, you know, for all the sneakerheads, we're going to be looking forward to seeing a Howard shoe for the players. And somebody's going to get their hand on it somehow. Maybe somebody even in this podcast here might get their hands on a pair. But yeah, I'm definitely glad to see that the HBCUs are getting looked at bigger sponsorships. You got NILs, definitely moving a lot of stuff around. You don't have to go to that predominantly white institution anymore to get noticed. There's been a lot of, could be more, but there's been a lot of people who's been with the professional in sports coming from an HBCU, like a Shannon Sharp. So hopefully, knowing that you're going to be wearing a Jordan brand on your jersey at Howard, instead of thinking of maybe going to Georgetown, you might take your talents to a HBCU because you know, it's a lot of talent that overlooked smaller black schools. Now we all know the program lacks some money. You might not have the best facilities, but give it time. I really believe that some of these schools' athletic programs, which brings in a lot of money, would definitely change the whole culture of some of these HBCUs.
I think there's a shift happening. I mean, you can see how, and we can dive into this later, but you can see how angry Nick Saban was
Yes.
this week or last week for losing out. But again, exactly. But I think the shift, I mean, everything has to shift here. Every now and then things have to change. But I think, look, it's one of those things where you look good, you feel good, you play good kind of thing, right? And we all know how what that Jumpman logo represents.
True.
But
last thing before we switch off of that, LeBron did his is with FAMU.
Yep.
I did, you know,
Yeah,
and I saw a lot of welcome to the show.
Yo,
I saw a lot
glad I
of
made it, man.
there you go. It's all good. We're covering the Jumpman to Howard.
Gotcha.
Howard getting the Jumpman. But what did you say?
I was saying that I think it was like maybe a week or two before that, they had put out LeBron sponsoring FAMUs, and they showed the line, right? You talking about
that FAMU line is sick.
Right. So again, you know, and synonymous, right? You got the higher names, which is where, like we talked about, the trickle down effect. You get the Howards, you get the FAMUs, you know, Gramblings coming up, Jackson State. You know, now it becomes the household stuff because also these brands are household names that get to push that name that people don't usually hear about unless your cousin or your family members went there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I find that FAMU collab that LeBron's doing is pretty dope. We know LeBron didn't go to a college, but the fact that he's picked this and he's doing this line is actually pretty dope. And I'm wondering if that's kind of just a little nod of what he may be doing next, perhaps. Who knows?
True.
You got anything before we move to the next one?
Oh nah, man. I think it's pretty dope for just the big brands getting together and supporting HBCUs, man. It's just a good look all together.
Yep.
And hopefully, man, like that money will trickle down too.
Exactly. And I think we know how big Jumpman is, and I think that's going to generate some kind of revenue for sure.
I mean, just of the fact that I'll buy the merch, like I'll buy a hoodie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll buy an HU hoodie or whatever, or a FAMU hoodie with the LeBron shit on it, because I know the design gonna be dope anyway. Because I saw some of the prototypes anyway. So yeah, just off design, off gate, and supporting HBCUs, man, you can't go wrong with that.
So we are at Memorial Day weekend. This is kind of the weekend that kicks off the summer, right? And out in LA, I think only one of us really has the opportunity to do this or to experience if he chooses so. On Fairfax Avenue, eBay is doing a pop-up shop called Wear 'Em Out store. Now, somebody's shaking his head. So this is eBay. We know who recently got into doing more of a legit sneaker program than what they did before. They've got the authentications and they got the process. And we saw the video last episode with the girl doing the authentication check. That's still debatable. But this store is the concept behind the store is for sneakerheads to come to the store and actually wear their sneakers out. We know that a lot of sneakerheads typically buy, but they never wear the shoe out of the store, or they buy just to put on the wall next to something else. They may not wear their shoes. And I think a lot of us may have even debated on doing such. I spend a lot of money on these. Why would I wear? That's a sneakerhead mentality. But some people do wear them, and they wear them all the way down, and they get their money's worth out of it, right? But eBay is trying to get people to come to this pop-up shop, and they're gonna have up to 70% off on apparently some type, some grails they're gonna have there. You're gonna have some highly sought after shoes up to 70% off if you buy the shoe and wear it out the store. Right? I don't know how far you got to wear it out the store for it to. I mean, whatever.
I was about to ask you, what do you mean wear? I mean,
they want you to put them on there. They want you to put the shoes on your feet, walk to the register, pay for them, walk out the store. Typically, like how people used to do. I mean, when people do with an average pay, I get.
So as soon as I hit the corner, I can just go ahead and spray the drinks, swipe the bottom off real quick, and get out of it.
But look, I don't see any clauses saying you can't put sneaker covers on, the shoe covers people put on and just walk.
Yeah.
I mean, the little covers that nurses and stuff have.
Put the bowling drinks on.
Yeah, exactly. It's open through Memorial Day weekend, and they're also partnering with Offset. Who's a huge sneakerhead. Everybody, I don't know if you've seen Offset's closet, but take a look. He's got a nice collection. But yeah, they're partnering with him. He's going to be at the store. You get to, I guess if you want to meet Offset, you can. But yeah,
just throw that in there.
This is part of the article. But does anyone like this idea as a sneakerhead? I mean, typically, I don't know. Last time I bought a pair of shoes out of a retail store to actually wear out, but
I wear my shoes.
Shaking your head though.
I wear my shoes, and if E doesn't like it, I think we might wear the same size shoe. You go cotton me a pair, and wear them out for me, and then ship them to me.
I'll I'll have to call the DH to do that. Listen, this is a nobody outside of me is from this area, so this is one of those don't get caught lacking based upon you think you're just going to a shoe store. You're getting there's gonna be people already kind of watching, right? This is what happens now when you talk about certain releases. Now, if this was just like a random release, but you're talking about there's multiple grails that you use the word grail. You already just posted up 5 dudes outside that's already peeped out what you gonna be walking out of the store with. So you mean to tell me that you want me to become a target because of your store has this? You want me to wear it outside unless I got somebody pulling up, and again they follow you. So to me, I understand the concept, and again it's bad that we have to take it here because it takes the just the decency of the sneaker game out of it. But you're asking me if my grill was in there and I could afford this shit, do you think I'm wearing the Kobe Grinches outside so somebody could knock me upside my head and then go cop $5,000 on StockX because that's how much that shit is going for? It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So yes, in theory, again, I understand what they're trying to do for the culture, but until the culture gets better, we can't have this type of situation where, and hopefully it goes off without a hitch. I don't want to play like that side of it, but I think they should have done it less marketable and just kind of had it organically. Like, damn, crazy how I just was on Fairfax and I swore I just saw an eBay shop and it said shoes. I'm about to go stop and look at it real quick. That's the type of the pop-ups, old school. That's how Undefeated got started out here. That's how all the real kind of crazy, kind of union before they being in New York, they were just shops that you stumbled on. It was always about stumbling on a sneaker shop that then you went in there and realized that they had heat in it instead of actual, like us going to the House of Hoops all the way out and wherever the hell we went just to see that they didn't have neither one of our damn sizes in the shoes they was looking for. But we went out there strictly because of the name was House of Hoops, right? We were just trying to see what they had different. They should have went about it that way. Clearly a silent like kind of pop up, that shit would have probably went over without a hitch.
I think stuff like this is when you get people who aren't sneakerheads trying to buy into the community or the culture and get their money grab off of.
Chad will be there for sure.
Exactly. We'll put it in an area where, we'll advertise and we'll get people with money going to come out and spend crazy amounts perhaps for sneakers. But again, this is, I like you say, the under the radar kind of motive would have been better, where it's just pop up and then you get what you get. Like, damn, that was dope. Now you're on the lookout for it. But now when you advertise like this, like, eBay's trying really hard to get into the sneaker game and let their brand get out there as far as, look, we are, StockX ain't doing this, we're doing this.
Yeah, and then you notice the man, eBay is promoting hard. Like, they marketing is crazy now, bro. Like, between I've seen
girl on IG smelling shoes every week. They really,
yeah, bro. Then he got the YouTube. Every time I watch a YouTube video, I see eBay. I see I'm watching the NBA finals. I mean NBA and all that stuff. I see eBay commercials, bro. Like, they marketing crazy right now.
Yeah,
I think after the backlash with StockX, they saw opportunity to jump out there and like grab a space. Because let's be honest, they was the originally ones that actually did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for some reason, somebody didn't say, "Hey, we need to authenticate some of these sneakers."
Oh yeah, you was getting mad fakes on that joint. That joint was the OG. That joint was the OG UA joint. Yeah.
But like I said, they were the first to do it. So now they're trying to be the number one in that space. And with the head on StockX, I still don't see them passing. They still got to pass GOAT. You ask me, I think it's like StockX, GOAT, then eBay. But I don't trust the authentication of none of these places now. Like watching that female just sniff a shoe, just doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm kind of scared now. I'm just scared, man. I'd rather you tell me these are UAs and let me make the decision to pay $150. Because their UAs look great now. So
it's a scam game out here. It's a scam game.
$150. Yeah. You know, back in the day, UAs would have been like $60, but I'll pay the $150. But to get scammed, I pay $300 for a shoe that costs $160. That is actually fake. That should have cost me $60.
And the UAs are getting. Yeah, the UAs are getting so good now, man.
Like the UAs are passing authentication checks. Does that mean that they're authentic?
Yeah, nah. Like I be on Reddit, like it's a whole. Be on Reddit, dog. It's a whole group of UA joints. Like it's a whole board of UA joints. They be getting reviews, bro.
Is it our mind? Is it our mind? We know we didn't get it from the proper channels because I know some people that they got UAs and.
Oh no, I got a partner, yo. Like this Bama really into the UA drink. Like seriously, like that Bama say he's never going back, yo.
Well,
it's weird because nobody like where are they getting them from?
Most people get into the UAs because it's the guarantee, right? I don't have to deal with no fucking raffles, no drawings. I know where. I mean, the only issue is, I mean, again, I think. People feel comfortable knowing that the shipping label comes from Nike, right? You feel more comfortable knowing that your money got dumped into a Nike app rather than a UA app. It's just a level of comfort. And like with eBay, go ahead, B.
If a UA is unauthorized, if it's the same from the same, look, I'm not pro UAs, but here's my thing. If it's made from the same shop, from the same person, how can you authenticate a shoe that's made identical at the same place? The only difference was a representative came and said, let me keep this shoe. I don't like the glue stain on that shoe. Like, so how can the girl sniff it and say this is fake when it was made from the same exact material at the same place?
Yo, and that's the thing about UAs. They got batches of them though. Like they'll tell you it's a batch, bro. Like yo, shout out to Reddit. Reddit be having a whole joint, bro. Like no, it's crazy. Like I've seen reviews. They say they'll say this such and such. This is batch 10 of such and such or whatever of a dunk or whatever. Don't get this batch, but get this batch. Like so, they have batches of them, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, MK the Truth said that what happens is Nike. You know, you don't just go to one place in China to get it. You go to two different places. You put in a $50,000 order or 50,000 shoes. They're going to make 100,000 because some of them are not going to meet quality control. So they might grab 30 from that one, leaves you with 70 in that store. Then they might grab another, 20 from the other one, but leaves 80 there. And they're selling those to mom and pop shops. That's what I heard.
Nah, it makes sense, but then that's how you get the batch number. So like that's how they know what batch is what.
I mean, I heard people. Look, I don't know what to believe anymore. I know I sent a pair of retail authentic shoes in, and they told me that they were fake.
No, they kept them and gave you a fake pair back.
I mean, after reading that, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's what I'm saying. Like, no one really knows. I mean, look, we know. First of all, I didn't know that there was apparently a left shoe factory and a right shoe factory. They don't make the same. That's what I heard. That they don't make the same one pair at the same time. Everybody makes right shoes over here. Everybody makes left shoes over here. They put them in the little cart. They meet in the middle and they just separate. 10, 11. That's they separate like that. Factories go on. I mean, I've seen a bunch of things about that, but. Like you said, eBay was the original. You can get whatever you want from eBay. And the only way you can really tell how good the product was, a trustworthy product, was the stars, the rating of the person, right? Because you don't know these people. I mean, I've got scammed out of money before because this guy he didn't even have like a stock. He had a stock photo of a pair of, I think it was LeBrons. And he was selling them under retail. I was like, oh my God, it's too good to be true. But I'm going to send you the money. I think he had like 1 star. This is before I learned. I learned the hard way.
He got 1 star.
Like I know hard one. And I bought I sent the man the money, and then the shop disappeared.
No.
But I mean, it is. I mean, it's part of the when you don't know the person. This is why Nike feels better to buy from. You feel better spending your money at Nike, and now I guess people feel better sometimes spending their money at StockX because you get all this stuff that tracks your supposed order, where it's coming from, and all, and you feel better.
No,
I mean,
hey yo, I just recently, yo. So I'm in procurement, right? So we be having to buy different stuff from all over the place, yeah. So we had a sourcing department. They need to buy these chargers for phones, right? Yo, so when I see where they was getting the phones, when I saw how much it cost, I was like, yeah, y'all gonna buy these joints, bro? Like they was charging $1.49 for some battery for a charger. Y'all like, yo, y'all trust this joint? I was like, yo, really? Y'all want to do this for real?
Blow your damn phone.
Yeah, I know where it came from too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't get how people buy chargers from 7-Eleven. Let me just run in here real quick and get a charger. What? Why?
That thing gonna last for like 3 days, yo.
If that, then your phone gonna die with it.
It's gonna take 55 hours to charge that bitch.
I mean, look.
But eBay, it did something because we're talking about eBay right now, so
I mean,
it made headlines.
CB, are you interested in this at all?
I appreciate the concept for sure, because I think there are all situations that the five of us could imagine ourselves in, where it's like, yo, you can literally have a pair that you've been plotting on for a while. You know you're gonna wear it. You know you're gonna wear it. So it's like, yeah, if you're just gonna tell me that you're just gonna give me a discount for me just doing what I was gonna do anyways, But I completely understand the optics. I can totally understand the optics that my brother E. Rich is talking about, because unfortunately, that is a real thing to worry about. How many drop release altercations have we talked about this year? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
They should have something like this in like Potomac, Maryland, or something. Like.
What was that shop you was talking about in DC where you gonna start getting your stuff from?
Oh, it's called Somewhere, and I'm going.
I had never heard of that, but again, that's one of those things where
I follow them because they sell high-end clothing, but I didn't know they got those releases. So I saw when I got the Crocs release, and after the debacle happened to me, if I'm at the store giving you my money, I know I'm getting the Crocs. So when I went back on their page, they had every release. They even had the band, the Jordan band with the writing all over them.
So here's my question. So let's think about this. We know that Foot Locker got they're getting a lot of their higher end releases scaled back from Nike, right? They're just going to have general kind of releases, maybe very limited hype sneaker releases, right? We know if you go into an Adidas store in Tyson's or a Foot Locker, most of the time that has a house oops, whatever, you walk into these stores, the Adidas store is not going to have Yeezys there, right? I've never seen a pair of Yeezys release in Adidas store. If I go into the Foot Locker, they might have now, the 5 or 10 pairs that they raffle off forever, but they don't have stock. They don't have quantity. Normally the J's or whatever they have left in the store, the team ones, or maybe just some obscure pair that nobody really, ain't checking for. They weren't hype. Right. But this is what kills me. And I think people don't think about this. You walk into, there's a store in Tyson's called Blessed. Now there's a store in DC called Somewhere. They have
another joint Blessed.
Every hype sneaker, multiple pairs, your size, your baby mama size, your best friend size. They got everybody's size. Everybody's size. And no one thinks that, wait a minute, how the hell do you have more sizes than the Adidas store of Yeezy? How do you even have Yeezys? How do you have a license to have these Yeezys in here and Adidas doesn't have them? You know what it is? And I'm telling you what it is. People know most of these things are, let's go ahead and say it, UAs, because how do you have pairs and pairs and pairs that the regular places don't even have? We have to go on Adidas Confirmed app to try to wear one pair of 350s. But I can go to Blessed and get the same pair. They're gonna be marked up a little bit. But I mean, that every hype sneaker though,
somewhere
that's a radar.
It's not marked up. It's a tier one. It's like a social status. It's like a store, like a social status for Alma Year. So, but
again, that's just a trust factor to me. That's what I think. I mean, you know.
I don't even trust. I used to go to a spot in Annapolis, but after the StockX debacle, I don't even want to go in there and buy shoes. Like, but they have them. You're gonna pay a markup. I thought they just had a bot. I'm like, oh, they got bots. Yeah, all day. But man,
but you know what? I want in these boutiques. I want this in one of these
You mind if I pop this on the classic, bro? Oh yeah, perfect, bro. Perfect. Let me just throw a tag on there for you, all right? You all set, bro?
Hey, E-Rich face though, son.
He might be at the pop up. Offset.
It's like I said, you watch it and you just realize, like, it's, you know, not to go too deep because we already discussed that. But then they had another video of her checking a shoe, and it was completely different of how she checked that shoe. Right. So again, and there's no rhyme or reason of right. So the stigmatism is that there still has not yet a formidable 1 through 5. This is what you check, and this should be the order, or in the order that you check them on. You know, these are the highlights of what you check. But I was gonna say this to B's statement when he said about, you know, like the boutiques or like the Alma Year, like they advertise that they're gonna have the Travis Scotts right tomorrow. So it's like now we talk about, we will say that we honor their word. Why? Because they're a collaborator in themselves, that they wouldn't dare sell you a fucking UA.
Oh yeah, nah, their reputation on the
line. Right. So now I'm sitting here thinking like this though. We think about where we've come from the East Bay to, you know, like you said, you have the StockX, you have the Flight Club, you have all of these. But how many of these collaborative boutiques are getting a set amount of pairs as well that change the number of the general release, right? Because again, what is it? The Clot 5s being able to be dropped on, you know, the Juice website off of they're a collaborator with Jordan. They, again, who's to say? And how much do they drop? If they're doing a raffle that is literally the same amount of people that's probably grabbing that shit on a general release is probably aware of that shit on the raffle. How many, like, we're talking about how many pairs are really available to the actual public, bro? Like, and you have all these different segments of like people advertising it on their social, on that side of the boutique side. Because I'm sure Alma Year is not the only ones that's advertising that they'll have the Travis Scotts as well.
Right.
Hey, I truly believe what MK said. I truly believe that these factories, once they make the ones that Nike grabs, it's the same shoe sitting there. They make the phone calls. Hey, I got 5,000 pairs of the Jordan so-and-so. You know, you want your order in? Grade B. This one got a little bit of. I remember Nike used to give some grade B's on some shock drops. Used to get there like, damn, this sole is pink, and it always would be that shock drop early access. And I think those are the ones they was like, all right, I'm gonna grab that batch 2, and I'm gonna sell that at a shock drop for the hype. But then when the real release come in, I'm gonna do these ones. I really believe these little mom and pop stores with a name that can get away with it, because in their mind they know it's made from the same factory. If they buy it from me, it's real. The only thing the difference between real and fake is who's wearing it. If you have on a 10,000 pair of shoes on and you hop out a 95 Ultima, I'm believe you got a fake pair of shoes. But if you put out, how about a Tesla or something like that, you might have a fake pair on.
But that's real. Hey, yo, that's a real thing though. Like
that is real.
Yo, because remember. Hey, look, remember Chad Johnson, right?
CB is stupid.
Oh yeah,
But that's
Ocho.
true. Yo, Ocho said, Ocho used to buy fake jewelry, but nobody was going to really check him because
I'm
it was
already
Ocho. He could
rich.
afford it. Yeah.
I don't remember if y'all remember
Claire's
that.
Boutique.
Y'all remember that movie that Pharrell did the production, most of it, and the guy he used to sell. It was a guy that used to sell fake purses. He said, "Man, what's the difference between this fake Louis Vuitton and the real Louis Vuitton?" He's like, the leather. He said, "No, the person who has it. All the white women from the high end people come and buy this fake one, but since they already have money, nobody's gonna ever say she has a fake purse. But if you come from somewhere
I can't remember what movie that is. That's true though.
you come somewhere poor, they like, you ain't got enough money for those shoes."
Right, yeah, like your
How many
purse
times
costs
you
more
been
than your
somewhere?
car, and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, how many times you been somewhere and you seen too many of one shoe? You like, man, them UAs. Look at him. Them UAs.
I don't know about
Oh,
I don't know about you,
yo.
CB, but I don't know about you, CB, but I felt like I felt really bad thinking that I used to hop out of a black Honda Civic and had on the Jordans 2 weeks before they came out because I had the plug at the store. Now
that's
B got me
different.
feeling like people
B
was looking at
talking
me like,
about B talking about hopping out of a Ford Escort wearing Wahlburgers.
Yeah, like you going out of you
Nah,
got
nah, I know.
grills on your feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
chunky
I'm
dunk.
messing
Oh
with
no, I've been saying duck chunky dunks now lately. I'm like, come on, bro. I already know, bro. I thought for the real talk, yo. I was in a cigar shop. I saw a dude with the chunky dunks. I'm looking like, really, bro? Really?
See, we can't
Really?
even. Now that shoes cost so much, they might be real, but we second guess it because you like that shoe worth 5,000. Why would you wear it? But
And not to mention,
Because none of
the
you
drink
guys
was
work at
fresh,
Pro
though.
Chairs.
Hey, you're right. Hey, if I was your coworker, I might have been signing out one of you guys. Like,
That's the thing. Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
yeah,
Bill just in there flexing to high heaven on everyone, on the CEO.
I was in my staff meeting this week, and my manager, she stopped mid staff meeting to ask me about sneakers. Now, I mean, that's
bro,
amazing that we got to that point.
It's funny, yo. Like it's getting to the point on Fridays when I go in the office. Yo, did they know? Yeah, they be doing a foot check on me now, son. Like they be like, so what does he have today? Like, what? I'm like, yo, what is this?
You're a mini celebrity, dog.
Look, feels good sometimes, you know.
You're the office's PJ Tucker.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. Man. It's a fact.
Let's get into a speed round. This is kind of all going to connect. So let's kind of get into collabs, right? So New Balance has a collab that they just announced with Donald Glover, Childish Gambino.
Those look like some Donald Glovers too.
And so here's I mean,
those are like the Atlanta joints, though. They're like some shit he would wear in Atlanta.
They do. So and let's take a look at them again. Now we know New Balance has always been a DMV staple, right? You know, you can get whatever New Balance you want, and it was kind of just a thing around here. Right now, New Balance is kind of taking on a whole new life because I don't know if they've got new designers in within in the house, and they're doing collabs. But okay, so this one, let's just do a speed round. Are you feeling these Donald Glovers? Whatever, what are they going to be called? They're going to be called the NBRC 30s. So are you feeling them?
Me being from the DMV, man, I need gray New Balances. All these, they're doing to the New Balance what they did to the foam posits. They're not keeping it real. The masses want them now, so they just giving us so many different colors, and we're gonna throw this and we're gonna throw that, and black people wearing our shoes too. Because let's not get it twisted. White people wore New Balances before the DMV.
That was a white person shoe, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a running shoe.
So
yeah,
now
running joint, yeah.
they didn't like, the DMV wearing my shoe. We're not going to start getting black celebrities to wear it. But now, since it's well known, Donald Glover, I wouldn't even see that happening. Like, so I actually don't like the color of the shoe, but if he comes out with like a 997 or something that we like in a better colorway, I could see him selling out. I don't want them, but they're gonna sell.
TV, are you digging these?
So this isn't my type of shoe model in general. The sole, I feel like you gotta be into that. I understand from a potential like creative standpoint why he would have gone this type of direction, Eve, he pointed it out, like these look like a shoe that his character will wear in Atlanta. Like that, yeah, that totally makes sense.
It looks like velvet in a t-shirt. Like like velvet.
Yeah.
Those are like New Balance Sambas,
They kind of do. Yeah. They kind of do. But at the end of the day, I'm sure that other things that he gets linked to are gonna do well. That they've been killing it with all the different collaborators. Aimee Leon Dore, like it's amazing. It's good stuff.
We'll get there. So Donald Glovers, are y'all E's down? E, did you already go? You already go? All right. So yeah, I mean, and so this leads to my next thing, right? This isn't really, and I'll prove my point. This really isn't an exciting collab. We know who Donald Glover is. We know the great work that he does, but I don't think the collaboration really works. That's why I think
one thing I can't say, the shoe has no character, bro.
It fits his personality, right? Like this was something that he would wear himself. Yeah. I don't think anybody else is buying into Donald Glover's fashion because you have to, again, to wear, to get a shoe that's mocked or made after someone, you have to buy into who that person is. That's why Yeezys work so well. That's why the human made joints work so well. Jordans work so well. Travis Scott's work so well because people buy into who these people are. Now, collaborations, like you got to have an exciting collaboration to get people excited. Now, you saw that one. Now let's go into same company, different collaboration, different shoe, different colors. It's just a whole. Now, some people don't know who Joe Fresh Goods are. Somebody doesn't know who he is, but they know that this design right here works for them. Like this is an exciting pair of shoes. So exciting that there was a release this past week, and almost everyone who entered the raffle won for the first 30 minutes, and then they yanked it back and told you, well, you didn't win all the way. Hold on. Yeah, we told you won, but yeah, nope. Now that's the part that pisses me off. But again, back to collabs. Yes, collabs work. This is exciting. Yeah. Pink and this blue and this gray. People feel it. You already can kind of pair your outfits up with it. Boom. Okay. So let's back to this release thing, which kind of pissed everybody off. Originally, they released on his Instagram page only, right? And then in the sneaker community, as B was talking about earlier, having your stuff on autofill helps you feel like you're getting a faster shot at everybody else than you're typing it in. Well, if you don't have an Instagram, you never bought anything off Instagram, your card and shit's not on there. So you have to literally be set up on Instagram to go in and buy this stuff, right? Okay, so that was the first release. A lot of people, it was a quiet one. A lot of people wasn't expecting much. We knew the bigger general release is getting ready to happen within a week or so. Boom. So the bigger general release happens. And what happens there is no matter how early you got on or how late you got on, I think we all got bought it again because I got on as soon as I could. And I was like number 96,149.6. I was an hour and a half away from my shoe. Now, if you imagine, just think if there's one pair for everybody in line, that means they made 96,000 shoes, which you already know is not going to happen. So what do? I waited in line anyway, just in case they get to me, just in case there's 906 whatever thousands of people whose card failed, or they may have had a B happen and they used their PayPal and wasn't no money in it. And I just about to tell it.
Hey, he just had to get I was gonna throw that quick one in there, bro.
My bad. But real life examples.
It happens.
It happened. But I waited in line. Just you still think you got a shot. Then you get the little chime. You hit it. Go ahead. Go to your cart. Put this in my cart. Sorry, sold out. Well, at this point you don't have anything left. So why the hell is the site still up? The site's automatically shut down whenever it's paired. So, but anyways,
man, we rationalize as a sneakerhead. We rationalize things that we know it's not going to happen. I think the release that happened a couple of days ago, I sat there and was hoping somebody did what I did. Literally, like if I did it, somebody else did it. But I sat there and it said sold out. And then when I clicked off, all the other colors were sold out. And the shoes and the clothes were sold out. And I'm like, why you just kick me off the site? Like, but we're going to do it again tomorrow.
Absolutely. But so we know.
We did it today.
The day before that. We done it every day this week.
Exactly.
Yeah, this week is crazy, bro.
CB had a major run within the past week. And he actually hit on those shoes. But I don't know if have you received your pairs yet, CB, or were you one of the ones that it got got you $1,
No, it's real because Joe Freshgoods totally pulled money from my account like 2 days ago. So, I did have my own autofill issue with this specific release because I have bought stuff off of Instagram before. Instagram marketers know to go after CB because he's an easy target. So my information has been in Instagram for a while. And the thing is I thought I went in and had updated all my addresses because I had updated like one of the addresses. But I go in, I'm just trying to check out as quickly as possible. B brought it up. That's all you're trying to do. Get in and out of that raffle as quickly as possible. And it auto-filled with an old address. And of course, you get the screen to check and confirm this information is correct. I'm not checking to confirm if the information was correct. I'm trying to hit the enter button as quickly as possible. So get put in queue with everybody else that's checking out like immediately. And I actually get one of those, hey, you won, like one of those messages. And I'm like, oh shit, that's great. I get an email. I see where the shipping address is. And I'm like, oh, how is that possible? How is it possible that it has an old address? And I go in and I see that even though I had updated the billing address, I had not updated the shipping address. And so thankfully, this is shout out to Joe Freshgoods because I had a back and forth with their customer service and they were like, yo, we can't update the address unless it matches like the billing address. And I was like, well, I'm in luck because if you change the address, it will match the billing address. Because otherwise I was going to have to reach out to my landlord and be like, hey, there's a package coming and I'm taking off work this entire week to scope it out. Don't let the new tenants like get freaked out. Like it's just Chris. He's harmless. He's got little calves. And, so But that's the thing. It's that autofill like B was talking about. You're just trying to get in and out of there as
Yep.
quickly as possible.
Because you're
But
like, who else shit would be in his autofill but mine?
you know, but the shoes are on their way, and as all y'all know, I'm not gonna be able to keep those to myself. So you'll know when I get them.
Okay. I mean, we're
Once
just
again,
wondering.
CB strikes again, bro.
So that's what. Okay, so this rounds me back around to where B's Croc story. We were talking about it's all about collabs, right? Crocs. You can get a hold of Crocs. You can get a hold of New Balances.
Not dope.
But the collab, right? The collab makes the shoe exciting because up until then, I don't think. I mean, I know I had a pair of Crocs just out of the comfort level, but I don't know if anybody else owns Crocs or would even enter a raffle for Crocs if it wasn't for these ones.
No,
Now you see LeBron
that's
wearing
the
them.
answer.
You see
No.
LeBron wearing them. Now you see like Miguel wearing them. Now you see all these different like these basic color drops and it, like the exclusivity or whatever it is getting to the shoe makes it more exciting, right? So the collab always has something to do with the person that's pushing the collab. Now, let's get into this week. This week is sneaker week. I mean, again, we're what do we call it? Heat week.
Heat week.
Now we know we've all taken L's last couple of days. The unions or today. You know, tomorrow there are 5 sneakers that drop. Are we entering all 5 of the raffle? I mean, because it'd be just how lucky you win all 5 of them, and then you're like, shit. Well, I wasn't expecting this.
I have already entered the raffle for the Travis Scott 2 or 3 times already because he had a shock drop 2 or 3 times this week, and I've taken L's. I even went here. My wife is here, so she's gonna hear this. I actually bought a shirt, thinking since I bought a shirt, they gonna give me the shoe. See, that's the mind of a sneakerhead. We rationalize things now. If I buy this shirt, they're gonna give me the shoe before the guy who didn't buy the shirt get the shoe. And I got the shirt coming in 4 to 8 weeks. So.
Yo, I actually got lucky today, yo. Like I got lucky. I hit on the grail today that I didn't expect to hit on today, bro. I didn't know the Bo Jackson's, the orange and blue joints came out today.
Yeah, buddy.
I didn't even know, bro. Like it was so much hype on the Union joints. I was focused on the Union joint. So I just happened to be in finish line today. I'm like, oh, the Bo Jackson. Yes, give me those. Yo, I've been wanting to get those joints for like years now, bro.
Yeah,
like it was so much hype on them joints, on the Unions and the Cactus Jackson. Them joints just got pushed to the side. And lo and behold, when I got on the finish line, it was only like 2 sizes left.
Yeah, it was a perfect time to go get for those because I mean everything else was
nobody was thinking about them joints, yo.
Yeah, I mean we all know
sleeper heat.
Exactly. So this kind of just leads into how we're gonna finish up.
So for Piff, Pass, or Push, this is our little segment where we're basically going to say which one of these we really like, their Piff. Are we going to pass on them, or is it a push and we feel the same way, good or bad, about either of them? And I think that more people are hyped up for the Travis Air Max 1s, just because it's an Air Max 1. That makes sense to me. But Air Trainers, Nike's brought them back, and Travis is putting out 2 of them. I haven't talked to anyone who's necessarily more excited for these than the Air Max 1s. So it makes me wonder whether they're either being slept on or, it's actually just not something that's sitting with people. If you had to pick one or the other, can you do that? Do you like one more than the other, or do you feel the same, good or bad?
So I actually did a raffle for one of those already, and I didn't win. So they might be the least favorite, but because of the hype of Travis, those are going to sell out as well.
Yeah, we know that
For
Yeah,
sure.
So,
absolutely.
somebody's going to rationalize and say, you know what? Everybody's going for the Air Maxes. I'm going to win those brown pair. And you're not. You're not going to win them. I'm going to go for them because I got a shirt coming in that matches. I'm going to go for those too.
Yeah. Out of the two,
The brown.
I like
the brown.
you like the brown. I like the blue. I like the blue. Just different. I think because everything Travis has done, typically this so far has brown in it, except those the dunks. I think those like blue. Well, they had blue and brown in those dunks. But yeah, I'm going for the blue.
I probably would. It'd probably be a push to me because I like both. But you know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna lean towards the brown ones because the blue joints are kind of too similar to the original Air Trainer one.
Gotcha.
And the Air Trainer Run joints is so fire that was the joint with the McEnroe collab. That was with John McEnroe. That's when he first got the joints.
Yeah.
And I love them joints so much. And they came out like last week. And I love those joints so much that I would go with the brown joints over those, the blue with them.
Definitely the blue over the brown, just from the standpoint of just like for me, colorway and just the other colors that are in there. I think is it like green and kind of like a sail color, I think, on that. But I
kind of like that
definitely
aged feel to it already.
Yeah. I would definitely push the hell out of those brown ones just because for me, those remind me of those joints that like those people that always hike. They got the thick ass socks on, and
it looks like a hiking joint.
And they shoes
He's
be like
into
hella
that.
dusty, but like that's the look that it's going. And not to sit, but somebody's gonna wear the fucking covers on them. That's gonna piss me off even more. So, yeah.
Hey yo, another reason why I probably like the brown joint. I've been buying mad LL Bean shit lately, bro. Like I've been to LL Bean lately for some reason, bro. I just bought one sweatshirt and I started buying all this LL Bean shit. That shit's kind of fire to me, bro. I don't know what it is, yo. I like LL Bean now, son.
As long as you're feeling cozy, bro.
There you go. Exactly. Well, look, I mean, I think we had a productive conversation tonight. Five heaters drop tomorrow, and then Saturday we round out with the green beans. So I mean, you could potentially have. I don't think anybody. I mean, no one's gonna win all five tomorrow. I mean, unless you botting seriously. But good
I
luck.
hope we can collectively talk about dubs at all tomorrow.
Exactly. No, I mean
Odds are
somebody's got to
certainly
win.
stacked
hopefully.
against us.
I'm due for one, yo.
I knew one of us was going to win today, and we didn't.
Yeah.
So that's what my hopes was deflated. I knew somebody on the show was going to show like, hey,
they were fast L's too.
Oh,
yeah, they were.
At
the same time, basically.
I've
Look,
never seen.
I'm fucking tripping. We haven't showed any sneakers. I'm sitting here about to wrap up, and then I'm like, shit, we haven't shown any shoes yet. So let's get in there. I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna set a precedent. I'm setting the tone for the night. I'm setting the tone for the night because I told.
Putting myself on mute.
No. I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping it super simple tonight.
Is that what we call simple?
Right.
This is simple.
This is what we call simple.
This is simple.
Or are your actions about to be simple? You
No,
know what
this
I'm
is-
saying? There's two different things.
My
Two
action's
different
very
things.
simple. But I told my whole plan. My plan. I told E and CB. I was like, you are going to love these twos. You're gonna love these twos. And damn it, I'm trying to tell you, the sneaker gods are making you love these twos because you went after them today, and there's at least 2 more pair this year that are coming out that you guys are gonna go after. And kind of like my message to E today, he liked my post. I was like, E, you know that mids. You're gonna love these mids, E. You're gonna start to love these mids no matter what. You're gonna love these mids. So something simple. I wore these to work today as part of me and CBs and E's and whoever's participating. Different shoe a day to work, see how long we can go. Had never worn these. I did a review on them when I first got them, kind of thing, for I think our YouTube page when we first launched, and they got lost in the shuffle. And I went digging for them, and I finally found them because I forgot I had them. But yeah, I mean, look, they're mids. I don't care. They got air written right here on the tongue. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They also got the Jumpman on it. So
Them joints fire though.
that's my whole point. Is everything with a mid is just not the colorways.
Yeah.
Is what, and it's the person who's wearing it. So, and you know what? I can wear these all day, and ain't nobody gonna think these are fucking UAs.
Hey, they got a mocha pair coming out.
Yeah, again, you mids have some dope colorways. I'm about colors. So, and look, they match my. It's just my shirt tonight too. So, all right, who's up next?
You want to go? I'll go.
There you go.
So
I go out to be.
I was gonna show these.
You was gonna show me.
You showed them.
Showed them.
Yeah. But you know what? Crocs, since you didn't retry my card again, which you should have did.
Oh,
I'm going with the Hydromox, man. These are the most comfortable things I ever put on my feet. I didn't even notice it matched my shirt.
Wow.
I mean, I really wear these.
Oh yeah, he's a fan.
Wow.
He's a fan.
Those are dope.
These are comfortable. I got this actually from a high-end. I got this from N Clothing, which is weird because you can get these from DSW for $55. If you go to a high-end spot who barely sells them, I got these for $36.
Oh snap!
And I mean, these are comfortable. I'm gonna do a review on these. I was gonna do a comparison of the Crocs that I won but didn't win with these. But since I didn't get them, I'm just going to show this is a good alternative to those. So yeah, I got
the only
the
difference between those Crocs is just the design of those Crocs. The Croc still has the same material as that's what I'm saying. The same material, same as those. You just when you get those Crocs, we all know, and I'm trying to make you feel bad. You're just paying for the design of them.
And them dresses
are dope.
If you wear Crocs, these have an arch, so they're very comfortable.
Yo, and them joints like a cross between the foam runners and the Salam joints, yeah.
Yes. Dope.
Yeah.
You put the Croc together and you put a foam runner and you put them together, you get these.
Basically.
Yeah. Look, guaranteed W's is sometimes what matters.
That's the only reason why I'm happy.
There you go.
This shoe's probably one of the reasons why I probably won't win nothing on Nike for a while now.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
The Mama see the joints, man.
Got
so
it.
this is probably one of the reasons why I won't be winning shit on Nike for a while now.
That's right.
So I'm probably pressing my luck tomorrow.
But that's what a pair, man. What a pair to get shut down on.
Yeah, man. Dog, these joints are so special to me because anybody that knows me know I was a huge Kobe fan. I never got a chance to get the original joints. Like I never got a chance to get this model.
Mm-hmm.
So these mean a lot to me, man. Like I don't even know if I'm really gonna wear them.
No, eBay.
Like I don't know, bro. Like I think, like real talk. I don't know, bro. Like I just wanna get like a display and put them in my basement, bro. Like a whole shrine with Kobe shit and just had the shoes over there, bro. Like that's how I feel about these joints.
I got you. Those are dope.
Yeah.
I forgot you. I think you. Yeah, I forgot you told me you got those.
Yeah, when I woke up at like 9:59, I saw the group chat.
You're the only one that won them too.
Yeah, on a weird,
you know who wasn't
awake?
Sunday,
and I clicked.
You know
the link.
who wasn't awake at 9:59?
E. Richmond sent the link too. Yeah, he sent the link. I was like, oh shit, look at E.
I don't. Geez, CB, are you doing what you got on?
Nah. Nah, I'm
Okay.
doing something else. I'm doing something else.
All right. Well, these go with the what CB got on. I did display. I showed these on the podcast. So I caught these off of the raffles before they dropped.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
These shits is hard, and then like I said, just I mean, there's not really much that you can say about it other than what Clot is, and the fact that I was able to cop the hoodie, which I showed earlier. I'm not about to go get it, but the hoodie that CB has on is definitely the one that I also did. I did the opposite of what you did, B. I actually made sure I got the shoe first, and then I went and copped the hoodie because I wasn't going to cop the hoodie if I knew I wasn't going to have the Clot that said Jordan on it, because I got Clot shoes, but they ain't Clot Jordan. So, but yeah, these is dope though. Super light. I've worn them already, sprayed them. Caught some heads, turning around, trying to figure out what they were, and then the random moment when I was walking back in the crib and realized like the bottom and the sides was going in the dark, along with the piece and this shit was hard as hell, and I was just like, all right, that's enough. Let's go take
I
them
might
off.
double back on those. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get those joints.
Them
bro.
joints is right. Them joints is raw.
Yeah.
Um,
The resale not too bad on them joints either.
Nope.
No, they not.
no. But yeah, that's one of those where that pair. The reason why I got the hoodie was because I also secured the shoes. The thing is that I won them from a Foot Patrol raffle, which Foot Patrol is in the UK. So
Yeah, that's what you want.
my shit's not supposed to be here until next week. And I won them like over a week ago, but had to cop the hoodie because me and E think the exact same when it comes to this stuff. But Kaleo's brought it up a couple of times. I had like a little heater going. And this is one of the joints that was part of it.
Epic run.
We know
Look at
that
B's face. B's pissed.
Yo,
But,
how many times have we went for them damn slides, bro?
I'm saying
Everyone.
So that's why, like, because I mean, I've told everyone I've gotten a lot of shit unconfirmed. I get maybe there's not a ton of stuff that other people are checking for, but I've gotten a lot of things. But slides, the foam runners, it's never been any of those.
Right.
Enter into all the drops, and finally scored on one. I think
Have
they're
you
calling
worn
these
them yet?
Oh yeah, these
Are
these are so cozy. Like, because I have other pairs of like Adidas slides. I actually think Adidas slide game is superior to some of the other major brands from a cushioning standpoint. And I mean, Ye's got his name on these. It's understandable why these are the amount of foam used on these is ridiculous. Like, I'm average height with these joints on.
Hey, CB, just don't get your foot stuck, bro. Like, I've seen so
Oh,
many
Oh,
videos.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
Getting foot stuck in them joints, though.
You better believe I'm not trying to do anything that's going to risk the embarrassment, because I actually care. There's a lot of people. This is one of the things we talk about. There's a lot of people that have these slides that don't think about them the same way that we think about
Right,
slides.
they're just slide. So
know?
let me, because I can kind of tell this joke because my family does it as well. Pacific Islander side. So easy way to score these, if you really want to, is drive to an Asian community or Pacific Island, any kind of community, and just look outside the door. Just take the shoes off before they go in the house. Just scope the whole neighborhood. Because this is what and I only say that. I only say that because I have a cousin in Hawaii who has a pair, and it's tradition that you don't wear shoes in the house. You leave them at the door. So I was like, oh my God, all I really gotta do is just pull up and just take your shit while you're in the house and just drive off.
So foul.
It's like scope out. But yeah, now look, this is fun. Start off on a serious note. But look, I think we got a lot of it out. There's more to get out that we'll address next week. But look, again, this is, community. Like, we have our own community here. the sneakerhead community is huge, but I think we built within ourselves a community. Everybody is linked to one another now, and I've met all of you face to face. Everyone hasn't met everybody face to face.
Right, we gotta do something, bro. Like, we gotta figure that out, man.
It's
Yeah,
community.
come
I
on,
mean, look,
man.
we can. I think
Don't look at
E.
E. Don't look at E, Rich.
How many people, man, E? That you like?
Yeah,
you know him too?
yeah. We just met,
Like,
right?
he
Yeah,
went to school
it's
with me.
crazy.
Like, oh, man,
We kind of got like three mutual people that we actually know.
Yeah.
like literally.
Yeah.
Let's get to the last.
I feel like we should go to Cali. That's what I'm saying. We should go to Cali. To be honest, I'm just saying.
React
It just makes
slides?
sense.
I mean, if y'all pull up, I say the spot for us to chill out is Diego. I mean, I think that's the spot. Good
What
vibes.
about Fairfax Avenue?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to the storage unit to make sure everybody has their appropriate protection. To move accordingly as a unit. But nah, E, you missed it like earlier. Real quick, we'll wrap it up. We talked about community, and I just said from us a year ago, we didn't have the thread that we have today. Talking to each other and having the camaraderie, and you now people that I know, you and B, is like now I talk to y'all normally more than I talk to probably anybody else. You know what I mean?
know, right?
And
It's crazy.
and from that, like I said, our community is like now us being strong, and we outside of just being sneakerheads, we talk about life and everything. So I appreciate all of y'all, and this is what it is, man. Because all of us could be doing some really wild shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
All
I tell people all the time. People understand, bro. I'm playing with house money, bro. Like, yo, for real, yeah. It's real, yo. Like, when I was young, bro, like I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do in life. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna be or nothing. I was just, I played this shit by ear.
Yep.
And to see where it got me, bro, like, hey, I'm playing with house money, yo. I ain't content. I could always do more, but bro, yeah, it could have been bad.
And it's so crazy that at this point in your life, you're not supposed to your community. The bonds that you build are supposed to be the last one. Like you were not in it to make it as much more friends or community at this point in our lives. Pretty much everything is settled, but the way things have happened, I mean, through podcasting and just through relationships outside of that. I mean, I feel that obviously I'm in the middle of this. I know every one of y'all before we even got there, and I feel like that I had an idea that we all would mesh well together when we started doing the Soul Tales, or we had B on for Black Business Series, and it was just a matter of getting him into a rhythm of just meeting other guys. And then E, we knew E would fall. I mean, when me and CB came on the OT show out of the studio, I mean, the bomb right there was already there. We just clicked right away. And then obviously with E Rich, I mean, we've been fam for a very long time. So, but look, while we're still on air, let me tell everybody, it looks like we're probably gonna do this again next month. Soul Tales Live. And hopefully we'll have way more sneaker stories. It's constant sneaker news every day. Yeah. Every day. And I try to screenshot stuff and we send stuff to each other so we know, all right, let's hit on this topic next. So there's a lot. And we just gotta filter through what's important. But want to end the way we began. So everybody go on mute. And we're just gonna end the way we began the show. Moment of silence. So again, thoughts and prayers to those families affected by the shooting on Tuesday, where there were 21 people murdered, kids, 2 teachers, and just for that whole the community down there. They hope that they find a way to bond together, come together, and get through a time that I can't even imagine how they would get through it. So, but that's it, y'all. Thanks for watching Soul Tales.